If you're a Christian man, listen up. We have a problem. The problem is us. We are called by God to be the leaders of our household, to love and to lead, and society is killing us. There are so many people talking right now about the lack of true masculinity and the lack of true manhood and the lack of true biblical manhood, but what even is it to be a man? I've asked that of people in my own life and my own disciple groups. What does it mean to be a man? And everybody's got a different answer to it. Nobody has a true answer to what that actually is. And if you have an answer, it's usually based on how your father raised you or how somebody else told you or what society says. It's usually things like have a job and grow a beard and have muscles and be tough. And it's usually fake. It's usually made up. It's a caricature of what a true man is. The Bible is the only place that tells us how to be a man, not society. Look around society right now. How respected are men? Every TV show, every cartoon, every kid's movie, the dad is an imbecile. It's usually some animated character or the mom or the kids that save the day, and the dad's always bumbling around in the background tripping. He's the comedic relief. He's not the leader in any sense anymore. And that's how society views us. As a whole, all men are just dumb. You'll hear women talking about they don't need men and how they're better off without us, and we've done this to ourselves. We have overplayed our hand by leaning into toxic masculinity. That is 100% a problem, and there's a real too far you can go with being a man when you get your Andrew Tates and you get your jerks that run their mouth off and they think that because they're full of muscles and because they have money and because they can shoot a gun that they're somehow a better man than everybody else, and that's the worst of the worst. We know that. But there's another side to that coin. On one side, you have the toxic, aggressive, masculine, alpha male douchebag. That guy. We know him, but we know that that's a bad look. The other side of that coin is passivity. That's just as dangerous as the toxic, but it's now more endeared. That's what we want out of a man, is the passive man. Go read Genesis. God creates Adam outside the garden, places him in the garden. Eve was created in the garden. So right there, you probably hear some light bulbs are going off. But now they're together in this garden. They're given one rule: do not eat the fruit of that tree over there. And when Satan tempts Eve and Eve eats the fruit, Adam was with her. He was standing right next to her. He wasn't off somewhere else and she had to go find him and go, hey, look what I did. He was standing there as the enemy whispered in his wife's ear, and he allowed it. That was the first sin. If you read in the New Testament over and over again, it talks of the sin of man, the sin of Adam, over and over again. Why wasn't it the sin of Eve? She's the one that took the fruit and ate it. Because the first sin was not eating the fruit. The first sin was Adam not fulfilling his role. See, Adam was given work to do before there was ever a fall, before there was ever a woman, before there was any of the problems that he had in his life. The first thing God gave him, Genesis said, is work. He was to work the garden and to keep it. And then he gave him a woman after that, and he was also to protect her and to guide her, and he didn't. He stood by while the enemy ruined everything. He allowed it to happen. And then on top of that, after allowing him to talk to Eve, he then also partook in the sin as well. That's the same problem you and I have today. All men have, is we are too passive. We let way too much that we know is wrong get done. We allow it to happen, but then also we partake. We are all Adam. We are all living the same lie, the same problems that he had that caused the original fall, is we stand by and we let toxic men ruin our reputation, and we let the rest of the world walk all over us, and we stand by and we let it happen and we do nothing, and then most of us partake in the world. That's the worst thing you can do, is start living like this world. This world is evil. Everything this world does is evil. Watch any movie, talk to anybody, listen to the music on the radio. Once you start to see how evil this world is, you'll never want to be a part of it again. You'll never try to please man ever again. But as men, we need to take the lead. We need to start. And the greatest place to start is the Bible, obviously, where the Bible tells you how to be a man. God created man in his own image. He is the original designer. You go to him when you want to figure out how to fix something that's broken. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 and 14. Be watchful. Right off the bat, most of us fail because we're too distracted. Netflix, video games, podcasts, Spotify, we're always on something else. We're not being watchful for anything. We're letting the world pass us by, and we're letting the world ruin our kids and our family. Be watchful. Stand firm in the faith. If you're a Christian man, you should be doing this first. But now, church is a woman's thing. We go there and we sing, we raise our hands, we clap, we read books, we leave, and we don't want to go to church. We stick our hands in our pockets and we stand there while everybody else sings around us. We're not leading in the faith. We're not out there pushing our faith. We don't want to offend anybody. You need to be firmly rooted in your faith, in God. That's where you start, and most of us are passive at best at that. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men. Be strong. And then he follows that up with, because you want to we're getting like into manliness. Yeah, be strong, go to the gym, get jacked, let's do this. No. Be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. There is a soft side to being a godly man. It is not all muscles and metal and guns, and that's stupid. Don't be a child. Put away childish things. Be a man. A man is strong, but he also loves. Everything he is done in love. Go read up on alpha monkeys when it first came out. When the man went out and he coined the term alpha, he thought it was a leader. He thought it was somebody in charge. And then when he went back after writing his book, he found out that they were just parents. And then the more studying they've done, they found out that the alphas, the parents, the leaders of these primates, are actually the most compassionate. They're actually the peacemakers. More than they start fights and they're beating their chest. They do that when threats come, for sure. But in their packs, they are the peacemakers. They are the lead compassionate. They have the most empathy over all of the females. An alpha man, a true godly man, is compassionate. He's loving, he's kind, he's tender, he's leading. Yes, if a threat comes, you need to be able to be dangerous, but you should never exhibit that strength on the people around you. You are not a toxic man, you are not the alpha male, and you are not a passive doormat either. You need to become a man of God. And a lot of my messages coming up here soon are going to be exactly that. So men, listen up, grab your Bibles, start reading, and start acting like men. God bless you.